Rain pounded the city's streets like fists. Neon lights blurred through water and fear. A woman ran, clutching something precious close. She yanked open a car door, stumbled inside, tears mixed with rain on her face. "Please, I'm not asking for much. Just let us hide for 1 minute. My baby, she doesn't deserve this fear." Dominic Ashford sat frozen behind the wheel. At 38, he'd built an empire most people only whispered about. The man everyone feared, the name that made grown men nervous. But right now, a terrified woman held a baby in his back seat, and her eyes held something he hadn't seen in years. Pure, unfiltered hope mixed with desperation. "Who's after you?" His voice was calm, controlled, years of command woven into every syllable. "My ex, Trevor Holloway." She was shaking. The baby, no more than 6 months old, whimpered softly. "He said if I tried to leave, he'd take Emma, that I'd never see her again." Dominic's jaw tightened. He'd done terrible things in his life, made choices that haunted his dreams. But this? A man terrorizing a woman and child? "Stay down," he commanded softly. "Don't move." Through the rain-streaked window, Dominic saw him. Trevor. Rage in every step as he searched the street. The woman, she'd said her name was Lily Brennan, pressed herself lower, holding Emma close. "Please don't let him find us." Dominic started the engine, pulled away smoothly. Trevor's head turned, but the tinted windows revealed nothing. 3 blocks later, Dominic parked under a bridge. "He's gone. You're safe now." Lily looked up, tears streaming. "Thank you. I don't know what I would have done." "Where were you going?" "Anywhere. Nowhere." She laughed bitterly. "I have $40 and a diaper bag. Not exactly a solid plan." Something shifted in Dominic's chest, a feeling he'd buried 5 years ago when his wife and daughter died in a house fire, when he'd turned his grief into empire, into isolation. "I know a place," he said quietly. "Safe, quiet, no questions asked." Lily studied him, this stranger with expensive clothes and careful eyes. "Why would you help me?" "Because someone should have helped them. My wife, my daughter. When our house caught fire, I was away. They died alone, afraid." The car filled with shared pain. "I'm sorry. What were their names?" "Rebecca. And our daughter was Grace. She was 5. Dominic's hands gripped the wheel. "Every day since, I've wondered if someone kind had been there for them." Dominic brought them to a modest apartment he owned. Clean, furnished, safe. "Stay as long as you need," he said, handing Lily the keys. "There's food, money in the drawer." Lily held Emma close. "I can't pay you back." "I'm not asking you to." Dominic turned to leave, then paused. "Tomorrow, someone will deal with Trevor, legally. He won't bother you again." Over the following weeks, Dominic visited, brought groceries, baby supplies, never stayed long, but Lily began seeing past the expensive suits and guarded expressions. "You're not what people say, are you?" "What do people say?" Dominic asked. "That you're dangerous, ruthless, someone to fear." Dominic smiled sadly. "I am those things. But after losing Rebecca and Grace, I realized power without purpose is just noise. I can't bring them back, but maybe I can keep others from that same loss." Lily's eyes welled up. "You're not ruthless. You're heartbroken. There's a difference." Those words shattered something in Dominic. For 5 years, he'd worn his reputation like armor. But this woman saw the truth. "My wife used to say that grief doesn't make you hard, just careful about who you let in." Months passed. Trevor was arrested on warrants Dominic's lawyer mysteriously uncovered. Lily found work at a bakery. Emma grew stronger, happier. And Dominic? He visited every Sunday, brought flowers, played with Emma, slowly remembered what being human felt like. One afternoon, Lily asked the question he'd been dreading. "Why don't you have people in your life?" Dominic set down his coffee. "After the fire, I pushed everyone away, built walls, told myself emotions were weakness. For years I've lived surrounded by people who fear me, but know nothing about me." "That sounds lonely," Lily said softly. "It is, until a terrified woman opened my car door and reminded me that kindness isn't weakness, it's the only thing that matters." 2 years later, Dominic stood in that same bakery. Emma, now almost 3 years old, ran to him shouting, "Mr. Dom!" He scooped her up, his heart full in ways he'd forgotten were possible. Lily emerged from the kitchen, smiling. "You're early today." "Couldn't wait. I have news." They sat at a corner table. Emma colored happily between them. "I'm stepping back from the business," Dominic said, "selling most of it, starting a foundation for women and children escaping abuse, safe houses, legal support, everything." Lily's hand covered her mouth. "Dominic!" "You saved me, Lily. That night you reminded me I was still human, still capable of good. I can't bring back Rebecca and Grace, but I can honor them, and honor what you taught me." Tears streamed down Lily's face. "What did I teach you?" "That we all need saving sometimes, that accepting help isn't weakness, that the smallest act of kindness can change everything." He smiled. "You asked to hide in my car, but really, you gave me somewhere to hide from my loneliness." Emma looked up. "Why is Mommy crying?" "Happy tears, sweetheart," Lily whispered. 5 years after that rainy night, Dominic's foundation had helped over 300 families, but he never forgot the first one. On the anniversary, Dominic and Lily stood on a bridge overlooking the city. Emma played nearby with friends. "Do you ever think about that night?" Lily asked. "I think about it every day. I was dying inside. Then you knocked on my window, asked a stranger for kindness, and somehow, in saving you, you saved me too." Lily leaned against the railing. "Do you know what I remember most? Your voice. When you said, 'You're safe now.' I'd never felt safe before, but you made me believe safety was possible." "We're all looking for that," Dominic said quietly. "Someone who sees our fear and doesn't run from it." Emma ran over, breathless. "Mr. Dom, watch this!" She did a cartwheel, slightly crooked but determined. Dominic applauded. "Beautiful, Emma." Lily turned to him. "Thank you for everything, for seeing us, for staying." "Thank you," Dominic said, voice thick with emotion, "for reminding me that loneliness isn't permanent, that even broken people deserve second chances, that kindness is the only currency that truly matters." The rain began to fall, gentle now, cleansing, and Dominic smiled because rain no longer meant fear. It meant renewal. "Do you know what Grace used to say?" Dominic asked. "She'd tell me, 'Daddy, being scared means you're about to be brave.' I never understood it until I met you." "She sounds wise," Lily said softly. She was. And I think she'd be proud that her dad finally remembered how to be human again. Kindness doesn't always arrive with fanfare. Sometimes it knocks desperately on a car window. Sometimes it's a stranger who chooses compassion over convenience. And sometimes saving someone else is the only way to save yourself. The greatest refuge isn't a place. It's a person who sees your fear and says, "You're not alone anymore." If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, subscribe, and comment.